Today, employees at federal agencies were instructed to remove pronouns from their email signatures by the end of the workday. That's according to an executive order issued by President Trump. The deadline has since passed. And joining us now to talk about this new directive is attorney Jeff Lewis. Jeff, thank you for joining us today.
Of course.
Does the new pronouns policy violate the First Amendment?
Well, look, anytime the government is telling somebody what they can and can't say in an email or in person, there's a First Amendment issue, and I think a lawsuit's probably likely from any employees who are restricted from saying what they want in their emails.
It seems like the government's defense may be that employers often tell you what you can do. From my experience, employers do exercise the right to dictate outgoing communications. So what is that argument aside from the First Amendment?
Yeah, look, employers can regulate how an email looks. You could say to an employee, you can only have your name, and you can only have the name of the business, and that's it. But what they can't do is come in and say, if you have for the last 4 years specified your preferred pronoun, you may no longer do that. That seems a little narrow.
And the mandate, part of the Trump administration push to do away with diversity and equity efforts in the federal government, legally, where do you see that bigger issue going?
Well, to the extent that they are facially neutral and don't target a specific group like LGBTQ, the government can do these things. But to the extent there are targeted actions like today's actions about pronouns, I could see the Trump government ending up in court over these new regulations.
And I understand we don't have details at this point, but the internal memo says pronouns and any other information not permitted in the policy. That's a quote. What types of other things may they be referring to?
Well, you know, actually making it broad and restricting other information like an inspirational quote or a link to a charity, those kinds of things actually help the Trump government make the rules more enforceable and less violative of the First Amendment.
Well, we hope that you will come back as this all plays out. So much to talk about. Attorney Jeff Lewis, we always appreciate your time. Thank you.